So I'm going to try to make a video of me making a video, and what I mean by that is lately I've made a few videos of, you know, how I use iMovie, but I'm just going to walk you through. I just shot a video this morning. I stuck my card in the camera. This is the camera file, and this is my my external file. I put all my videos on an external file. I go to camera loads, I go to December, and then over here I create a new file so that every day, as you guys know, I put up 2, 3, 4, 5 videos per day, literally. So I need a way to have all that and keep it separate. So I'm going to call this file 12/07/2018. Today isn't actually the 7th. The 7th was Sunday, but I tend to date mine ahead in case I load more than one video a day. So then I take my memory card. This particular one is from the GoPro, and I don't bring down all of these because the GoPro saves videos in 2 different formats. What I do bring down is the MP4 files. So I go through and I select all my MP4 files, and I'm going to put them right here in this file that I just made. So I'll go back to the camera file, and I'll grab this and I'll bring it down here, and they'll start loading, and then it'll take me a couple of minutes while they load. So I'll go get a drink of tea or something, and then I'll come back. Okay, so at this point my files have loaded. I always double check, make sure that all the ones are over here that should be, and I can see that I've got files going all the way down to 70, and I've got files going all the way down to 70. So I can close this and I can eject that and take that out. So what we have to work with now are these files, and usually what I do is I'll look at a file and see what it's about. So this file is about what?
I'm going to go show you my wife in her happy place. I just walked upstairs to say something to her.
Okay, that's a good video to make. So that is about Honey Baby in her happy place, which is her sewing room. So I'm going to come to iMovie. This is a video I've already made, so I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to go to Create New. I'm going to go to Movie. I'm going to click on Project again, and I'm going to give it a name, Honey Baby Happy Place. And then we're going to click OK, and I've just created that movie. Here it is right here. So I'm going to double click on that movie. I'm going to hit this little arrow, which is going to take me to my videos, and then I'm going to go to December. I'm going to go to December the 7th. I'm going to go to this first video, which we were just looking at. I'm going to double click that. That puts it here. Now there's two ways I can get this down here on the timeline. One is to highlight it and hit this little plus, and it'll automatically jump down here. Or I can grab it and move it. The only problem with grabbing it and moving it is sometimes when you have a line here, you might move part and not all of the video. So generally, if I can get the plus, I'll let the plus bring it down there for me. So now you see it here on my timeline. Now there's a little turtle showing on here, and basically what that means is that GoPro, with the setting I have, it sometimes brings the video over in slow motion. So to fix that, I go to this little thing that looks like a speedometer or a clock, depending on what you like to look at it as, and that's going to be the speed. So I click on that right here where it says speed and custom, and change that to normal. Now that changed that to a 2-minute video, 2 minutes 43 seconds instead of over 10 minutes, which it was. So I'm going to go back to that video. I'm going to double click on it. I'm going to drop down, and the first thing I generally do with my videos is I add the cross dissolve, which fades in and fades out of either end of the video. Next thing I'm going to do is make the video a little bigger. I've got a fellow over there that's talking. He's that little furry thing. I'm going to shut him off and be right back. Outside because he was talking during my video, so we got him out of here. Now let's go back to this. So I've got my video here. Now anytime that I'm on the video and I've clicked on this little speedometer, it's basically the speed. When I drag my cursor across that video, I I can see the video in the speed at which I've dragged the cursor, and I can also hear it. So if I wanted to, let's just say I wanted to cut out a lot of this part where I'm just walking, I could literally high speed it right up to that, and I can see by the lines down here when the voices start talking. I don't know if I'm going to do this or not, if I'm going to make that high speed, because it depends on what's happening there and what it would look like if I did that. I think I'm actually talking.
I'm going to go show you my wife and her happy.
So I'm probably going to leave this whole video just as it is. What I will want to do, though, is fix the sound on the video. So I'm going to come up to this little window with all these little lines on it. It's the noise reduction and equalizer. I'm going to click on that. I'm going to click on reduce background noise. I'm going to come over here to equalizer, and I'm going to click on voice enhance. That's going to make the voice and the sound of that video much better.
I just walked upstairs.
There.
And
then I'm just going to assume that everything on this video is just fine, and I'm not going to cut anything out. If I was going to cut something out, I would basically go to the point I wanted to cut. I would hit Control B. I would go to the end of what I want to cut. I would hit Control B again. That would cut this, and then I would delete it or speed it up or slow it down or whatever I wanted to do. In this case, I'm just going to say, and I'll check this later to see if it's true, that this is 2 minutes 43 seconds of a good video that I'm going to keep. So the next thing I'm going to want to do is add some music. So I've got my music in a separate file. So I hit that little arrow again, and I go to my external drive, which is where my music is. I click on my music, and I start looking for, all of my music is set up by how long it is. So I'm looking for about 2.5 or 2 3/4 of a minute of music. So here is 240. I'll take that piece, and again I can either pull this and drag it down. I want it to be on the line under this, or I can highlight it. When the plus comes up, I can hit plus, and it will actually put it right there. So now I have the video with the music. Now there's two things I'm going to want to do with this music. I'm going to want to turn it down because it's background music, and I don't want it to be louder than the video. So to do that, I make sure that I have this green line highlighted. I go up to this little thing that looks like a speaker, and you'll notice this is at auto 100%. I'm going to go back and start the video, and I'm going to adjust that down so that you can hear the voice in the background and hear the music.
I remember when we were in Michigan, we were talking about going to see him. But it was like another 300 miles up from where we were, and we were already a long way from home. But I didn't bring this in here to talk about that.
So now I've got the music quiet, and I got the other part so that we can hear the voices. Now the other thing about this music is it ends before the end of my video. So I want more music. So rather than trying to find an exact right size, what I can do is I can actually stretch this music out to here. It slows it down a little, and it lowers the tone quality.
One of these set up down in Georgia,
but it still works.
Big cylinder.
Now if I want to raise the tone quality while I still have that highlighted, I can go to this little thing. It looks like 3 little floating balls. It's clip filter. I can go to audio effect, and then I can come over here and I can raise the pitch up, or I can raise it down, lower it down. See the difference in that sound? So basically I can change how that music sounds by adjusting it here. In this case I'm going to raise it up. So I'm going to hit that button, and now my video music sounds like that.
But I didn't bring this in.
Now one thing I notice about this already is this has horrible looking quality here. This doesn't look good at all. So I'm going to see if I can do something to make this better. One of the things I might do is lighten it up a little bit, because she's really dark sitting in that room there. So I'm going to brighten this up a little bit like that, and I may use my cropping to crop in on her, but I need to see where she's at before I do that. So
this is interesting. It might be interesting to some of you. That's an ironing board, and some time ago she had me make a board.
Now it may be that I want to change this and make it so that there's not so much in this. In other words, I could make this smaller so that I got her and the board. And now when I play it, it's going to look like this.
That extends on top of the ironing board.
I made the picture smaller, which cut out all this exterior stuff, which helps to focus on what I'm really talking about, which is Honey Baby and this little
table. A couple of boards there for her to...
Now at this point I'm going to stop because I'm ready to save this. And to save it, I would go up here and I would hit this button. I would hit File. I would give it a name. I would decide in these little boxes where to put it, and I would go from there. I would do audio, video, my resolution, my quality, all that stuff. And then when I get over here, this is where I choose which file I want it to go in. I'm not going to do all that because basically I've made this in a sort of a slapdash fashion. I'm going to want to go back, look at the video, decide whether I want to use it as it is or whether I want to do some additional editing. But that's the shortest version I could make to try to show you guys what I do to make videos and put them up. And there's that. I don't know if any of that's helpful, but that's how we do it on in iMovie. Thank you. Have a great day.